The movie is about a famous story writer,
strong name Diabetes.
She is continuing
for my
to write.
favorite novel.
At this time, the boss started
and
calling.
diabetic complaints about the characters.
Can't hear through my ears.
The diabetic man got angry.
Today's
and
scenario
deleted
involves
it,
deep Votran,
which I just finished writing.
But right after deleting
she
it,
was hit by a blinding light.
By the time he opened his eyes, Ra was in the body
She
of
is a
Nomtin,
character in the novel,
which Diabetes
in
is
martial
writing.
arts. Chi Nuyet and teaches
After
women.
Vuong Nom passed away,
Van
he
Dolfap
practiced
has succeeded
martial
the
arts.
position of leader.
This causes chaos, but love
made her fall in love with the worldly
of the Shaojiao
leaf,
sect,
so that the two sects avoid
the two
disputes.
agreed
to get married on the night of the full moon.
The path
to withdraw from the Wanderer
when the
together.
people of the Nuyet and sect were
They
preparing
were
for the
murdered by
wedding.
a group of assassins.
They came to find King Nomtin to destroy
but they are
her.
not her opponents.
It was at this moment that Deep Votran
He intended to
appeared
kill
again.
Nomtin with a sword, but
Because
she
of
stopped
this
him.
hatred
That she came to privately to teach
because
them a
the
lesson.
trees
want to be quiet, but the
But
wind
for
doesn't
now,
stop. Diabetes is in the body of King
appeared
Nomtin.
again
into Yuzhao.
Moreover,
the character
was
Deep
also
is
erased
immortal.
by Diabetes
Thinking
earlier.
of that, she immediately
Like I'm still
pretended,
a demon with profound martial
so
arts
that
skills.
the people of the sect do not
I
dare
then
to
ran
do
away.
anything. Fortunately, there is a submachine
subordinates
gun
of
and
Nomtin
come to
Toy.
rescue promptly.
Private
people did not
but
chase
gave
him.
me another plan.
Know the devil's head
or
in the
recruit
south.
men on the full moon
to
day.
satisfy desire. Yu Zhao's master let his disciple be
Come
the
apply.
judge to act as an insider. There, Diabetes is the one
So
who
she
writes
understands
the script.
all the characters.
That's why, so as not to reveal
Diabetes
his true
has
identity,
chosen
a man, and that man
Pull
is
the
his
submachine
to one
Ask
side subordinate at the
subordinates.
current situation, and
Because
see
she
where
thought
Deep
just,
Votran
if you
is. Kill Deep Votran, you can return
But
to the
when I
present.
heard the submachine
there is
gun
no way I
say
named
that
Deep Votran of
makes
Yuzhao.
Diabetes
remember that
Click
he
delete
missed
that
that character.
After
thinking about it, I
At this
chased the
time,
submachine
the
gun
judge
out.
stepped forward
Diabetics
to serve her.
are scared and timid.
But remember yourself
is in the
again.
body of Nomtin. The devil immediately calmed
At the
down.
same
On the
time,
other side, this witch is also not happy.
Always
wanted to take the position of leader
Saw
of the
the
submachine
sect.
gun being
When it was
dragged
clear
away
that
by
this was his
Nomtin. Makes me a
person.
little annoyed. Fortunately, the submachine gun
Let her
gently
calm down.
But at this time, he said without
I feel
joy,
like
there's something strange about the leader.
With profound internal skills
There was
like
no
yours.
way he could run away like the day
Therefore,
before. There is no doubt that Nomtin has
absorbed the
become
Van
extinct,
Dodama
possessed
to
by
defend.
fire. Submachine gun did not have
She
time
went
to
to
Nomtin's
comment.
room to eavesdrop.
When
he saw the edict,
but
he had the
Nomtin
intention of
refused.
encroaching. Without joy, the more
Entered
certain it
under
is
the
to rush.
pretext of protecting
She intends
the
to
leader,
execute the
but
southern
was stopped
citizen
by
as
the
well.
judge.
This made Nomtin angry and chased them both out.
Before leaving,
the judge decided to go back to see
but
if the
she
leader
used
was
the
okay.
Van
Dodama to absorb
This
her
to
internal
deceive
energy.
love.
But after a few conversations, he showed his true form. The two people started to rush into battle
But
with each
the
other.
judge's
Currently,
current
it is
martial
not
arts
possible
skills.
to eat leafless leaves
He was
again.
immediately
seriously
At this
injured
moment,
by
he
him.
began
Martial
to
arts
remember.
used by Deep
Similar to my
Votran,
brother when I was a kid,
causing diabetes in Nam's
Even
body
quickly
by recognize
surprise.
the person in front of
There
you.
is no
one other than senior brother
But
for
Notran.
now. He doesn't want to accept any brotherly love. See everything before
Blame it all
Kia.
on the Southerners and the judge.
Now Deep Votran himself
What about
is
it?
the only
Then
one
he
making
came
such a
in to
mistake.
talk
to Nomtin. The two just met. And Ho was also scared
The
because
judge
her
wanted
judgment
to
was
escape
wrong,
from here with
but
her.
she refused and said that
I myself am not of Southern
but someone from
nationality.
another world
Is
named.
strong diabetes.
Euphemism says that he doesn't care about
The most
those things.
important
The male
thing now
president
is to get
doesn't
out of
want
here
that
with
because
her.
she is currently
Because
an
of
author.
one reason.
To make up for it, the Southern
That's
citizen
why
kept
I
the
erased
edict
according
while
to
my
the
storyline
storyline
that
as well.
Diabetes wrote. After killing him, you can return
At this
to the
moment,
present.
Deep
Votran appeared. He asked Nomtin to kill the interrogator.
Then I will let you go.
But because of love, Nomtin
I
did
saw
not
she
do
had
so.
no
He
reaction.
immediately set out to kill
this
the
time,
judge. Wu Huan
but
was still
Nomtin
outside
used
with
his
his aura of the
gods
main
to support him.
character, even
She is not
knocked
a
him
star.
away. At this time, Deep Votran was injured
Nomtin
because her
once
name
again
was
said
erased
sorry
in the
to him.
past. I didn't expect things to turn out
But
like
he
this.
really
hates it. To people immediately said out, how can Nam's nationality
judge
return
knows.
to the present? That is killing the person you love.
After listening to these things,
although it was very awkward,
who immediately
still
celebrated
the
the
wedding
wedding
with
with
Nom.
After a while, people began
Then
to
drank
organize.
wine and exchanged
They also
lips.
used their lips to form a ring on their hands,
Symbolizes
9. The
eternal
male
love.
nationality has decided to stay
Because
in this
I don't
world.
miss being away from the person I
Immediately pressed down on Nom
Heard
Tinra's
that.
back to pretend they were intimate.
The judge
Give her a
immediately
sweet
approached.
kiss. But right after that, he immediately
Nom
took the
Tin was very
handheld
sad
weapon
when he
raw
saw
and
this.
committed
Then
suicide.
suddenly the judge
What is
opened
this
raw
scenario
and chose
like?
eyes.
At this time, the diabetic strongman
Hear your boss
suddenly
calling.
woke up. He told the leader about the
He
matter.
is downstairs
And wanted to meet her in person.
to
Diabetic strength immediately ran
Then
down.
saw a person
But
very
it turns
similar to
out
the judge.
Rajesh got it wrong. He is currently the boss at the present
But
time.
she
started telling me about the story in the movie.
Diabetic
will
strength
attract
for
the
that
charm
every
back to
time
you.
you use steaming
Suddenly,
cloud daffer.
someone outside is watching. I don't understand
Just
how
like
she
in the
managed to
movie.
So the
attract
two
her
people
boss
have
here.
feelings for each other
Here
since.
some time later,
He began to propose strongly. Diabetes in a position
So the two
like
of them
in the
lived
movie.
together
This is
happily.
the end of our movie. If you feel good, don't forget to like and share to help me. So I just thank you everyone for your interest. Follow. See you in the next videos. This makes Nom
Because when
President
she was
feel
in this
I can't
position,
reveal myself from another world. That's why he
Scene
immediately
change
moved
the next
to exchange
morning.
tongues for
Another
seduction.
man
with the first name
he
entered
must
the
be.
room. Is also one of the people favored by
While
Nom Tin, constantly flattering her. Furthermore said that I have prepared ACA flute to
But
song
the
to serve
edict
you.
does
not allow that because he is the new male lover of King Nom Tin. Neither of the two leaders
Made
would
Nom
yield
Tit
to
his
the
head
other.
hurt.
She immediately used the Van Dam method of steaming, punish to people to drive them
But
away.
strangely,
The slightest
Do
touch
this
is
guy.
unharmed. I thought the priest wanted to touch my
Should
body.
give
reason, but when giving blows to people, seduction immediately absorbed
Causing him
internal
to
energy.
faint raw.
This made Nom Tin feel strange about this great martial
Furthermore,
art. According to the scenario,
for sex will
it is
come
the
here
fourth
to kill
Nom
Nom
Tin.
Tin.
It was
August.
chopped
Hard to
into
escape,
hundreds of pieces.
but now
the worldly leaf
So
is
the
nowhere
Southern
to be
President
seen.
also doesn't
What must I
know.
do to return?
Heard of
Deep Infinite. The judge immediately sat
But
up,
advised
the leader
because
not
he
to
is
look
a
for this
recluse.
person. Come and go like the wind. Essentially, this person is the senior
They are
brother
currently
of the
nowhere
Jiao
to be
sect.
found.
Heard the edict
Nom
and
Tin
learned
immediately
about deep
wanted
vote
to
to
take him
inquire
down
about
the
his
mountain.
whereabouts. At this moment, the judge remembered
let
his
this witch
master's
go down the
instructions.
mountain.
Immediately
Because he
pretended
was
to be
hit
serious
twice
by
injured.
Nom Tin's palm. The teacher, but she knew his lessons. He immediately took a sip of
Then
tea and
pretended
went in
to
for a
toxin.
kiss. After a day without an antidote,
Heard that
all tendons
Pham
and
was
veins
scared
will break, and
who
waited
doubted that
until
Nom
Nom
Tin
Tin
would
would
lose
lose
sleep.
She
and
immediately
saw that.
threatened to interrogate her with
Then
THRE
drag the guy to
sentences
sleep with him.
tomorrow. The two went down the
But
mountain
asking
to
everyone
inquire
there,
about deep
no one knew
Votran
about
situation.
depressed.
The male president looked at the
Go
judge
to a
to seduce
clothing
you
store.
into
He
wearing
had an
beautiful
idea.
clothes. Looks like an elegant HOA
Then he
man.
wanted
to interrogate
lure
him.
him
The
to
male
appear
pretended
soon.
to
Force
be
the
the judge
Votran.
into a brothel.
As a
and
result,
then extorted
the
money.
owner
scolded him and
leaving
sent him
him
with
away.
no face at all. But Nom Tin said, because that's my plan to find
Should
the
force the
worldly
judge
Ra
to
deep,
follow the instructions.
ruin his reputation
Behind.
without even finding
People from
Ra. Private Affairs received the
Immediately
judge's request
returned
to
to
help
spread
on
the
this
news.
side. I'm not happy to
Immediately
see the
went to
leader in
check,
his room
but
all
no
day.
AI
was found. That's why I suspected a submachine
Hide
gun
and
of
help
doing
the
this.
South.
But the submachine gun really doesn't
Only
know
if you
this.
intend
Only
to
gain
swear
the
an
trust
oath
of
of
Nonghwan.
celibacy.
At the same time, on the target side, the master received the edict, wanted to ask someone from the sect to
Below
lure
the
the
leader
The
back.
judge is still being forced
Then
by
he
Nom to play
intentionally
all
lost
kinds
and
of
ran
gambling
away.
himself. Deep Votran. Both have just been done. Then from where did a masked
He
man
said,
come and put a sword to Nom
in the
Tin's
past,
neck? I was defeated by Deep
Now we
Votran. We meet again and want revenge. Hearing that, the judge quickly said,
There are no
Everything
earthly
is just
leaves
pretending
here at all.
because I acted as a stuntman.
At this time, the male
dared
president
to put
threw
the
his
sword
palm
to my
and
neck
gave him
and
a
leave.
shot
Didn't
for
pay
his
attention
crime.
to the transition back to the
Hone
moonlight
is sneaking into the priest's
submachine
room
gun
to
now
find
advise
martial
her
arts
to stop
secrets.
this. Furthermore, entering
Hearing
the
that,
leader's
I was
room
extremely
without
angry.
I don't
Will
understand
result in the loss of
right
martial
now.
arts.
Submachine gun is so
Two
biased
dozen men
towards
rushed
Nom
in
the
and
Nom
secretly
Tin. I also
attacked
understand
the
that our
mountain.
faction
Immediately
is facing
go
a
back to that
arrested
bastard
everyone at
Tom
New
right
Yet
now.
He
to
calls
reiterate
yet he blatantly
self-righteous.
came to arrest people.
The submachine gun expressed
Tom
his
Bastard's
disdain
gang
for
are
the
disguised
disguised
as
people.
righteousness. This made him angry. Immediately decided to execute
At this
the
time,
submachine
I was
gun.
not
She is
happy
not
to
afraid
challenge
of
this
them
group
to
of
untie
people.
themselves. Will cause a large crowd of people. This bully into 100
That
pieces.
bastard
Tong is not afraid, and forced the two people to shut up. Then said that no joy could
I
beg
will
for
arrange a
forgiveness.
servant next
At
to me
this
for
moment, Nom Tin returned. She
She
said that bastard Tong did not keep the
On the
agreement
full
between
moon day
both
of the
sides.
month.
Dares to come here on his
Having
own. Said that, he immediately
but couldn't
used the
make him
Yandod
move.
armor. Only when touching the seducer can the trick
Damn
be
Tong.
performed. A pomist was sent
This
back to
made
his
the
ancestors
subordinates
by the
also
sun.
run away
Everyone
in
calm
fear.
down. Let's see what these people are doing here. When they captured their people, but not in a hurry to hand out.
Even so,
thinking
I'm
about the
still
secret
waiting
book,
for Nam's
I
return.
immediately
Nom
wanted
Tin
to now know
but
of
because
its
he is
existence.
acting
in the role of a demon,
so
I can only say
avoid
that I kept
revealing
it
their
Then he told the
identity.
submachine
At
gun
that
to go with
time,
him to
the
the
judge was
light
going to
incense
Bastard
sticks for
Tang's
fellow
grave.
disciples. At this time,
A man from Tiujiao came forward.
the
and
gang
put his
blames him
sword
for
to
this.
Van
Let
Zu's
his
neck.
people sacrifice.
At this
time, Judge Du said that he only asked
I
them
never
to
told
lure
them
Nom
to
Tin
break
Even
in
he
and
himself
threaten
found
people
it
like that.
impossible. So this death was self-inflicted
The
by
black-shirted
black-shirted man advised
Don't
the
forget
judge
the
mission of finding Kia's secret book. Then leave. But when the judge returned, was captured alive by
They
submachine
suspected
guns,
he was
and
an
Judge Du
insider.
quickly explained that I'm not an insider here, including the priest going down the mountain, and found every way to
can
cause
avoid
chaos
revealing
there.
his
Tiu
whereabouts
Down knew
through
that, so
there.
he attacked. And yourself. Just a man serving at the leader's
Hearing
side.
that,
Nom passed away on parole
but
for
told
the
the
judge's submachine
life.
gun to release him. Then the submachine gun took Tham Du to the library of the Moon Shadow sect to get him to
Didn't
sort the
forget
books.
to
say that there. Here are all the martial arts secrets of their clan. Intoxication is only
But the
classified. submachine gun is still exciting.
Bragged to Nom Tin about her
and
trial.
let people closely monitor.
But Nom
Tin
Tin
did not
but
want to
told
let
the
the
judge
submachine
do that.
gun to make arrangements
Hear
for
that.
himself and the judge to go down. He
the
immediately
mountain.
stopped the leader because he didn't want
Because
her
the
to
Moon
leave.
Shadow
Sect suffered. 7. What if the leader left at this
It's
time?
very
possible that
Here
the
what could
terrorists will
happen.
appear and
The
attack
male
again.
president
immediately
is to
thought of
disband
Ro's
the
idea,
Moon Shadow
surprise the
sect.
submachine gun. She wanted to let people do business, can support themselves, without relying on clans. Hearing that,
But
the
I want you to
submachine gun
replace
had
me.
to obey. The judge and the priest went down
Just
the
in
mountain
time
for him to leave, causing prolonged
Tomorrow.
pain in the countryside. The announcement of the disbandment of the Moon
Immediately
Shadow
objected
sect was
to
announced. But because I'm not
I could
the leader,
only
angrily go back
she
to my
didn't
room.
expect that a
now
witch
they want
wouldn't
to
look
disband
like a
the
cult
gang.
leader.
It's true, I don't know
But
why.
these
There is
things-
no doubt that the edict is the cause. After saying that, he immediately went to find
No
Nom
joy
Tin.
in
Take me to
forcing
find
the
the
secret
secret
book
book
to
for
his
this
steaming
place
Van
other than the
Can't
female
wait to see
demon
what's
leader.
there.
I
No
feel
one
very
can enter.
jealous of Nom Tin. When favored by
forget
their
your
master,
mission,
you'll be lucky if
because
you
the
want
script
a recipe.
was
So
written by
diabetes.
Tay
I
in a
quickly
male
remembered
body.
where I kept it. That's why the secret book is in the hands of
At this
infinite
time,
happiness. She intended to
then
destroy
the
Nom
edict
Tin.
appears.
Thanks for touching me. Nom passed away and regained his strength, a martial arts mastery of Wuhuan. Then spare her alive. At this time, the judge suddenly pointed at the Nom Tin. It's not over yet. He thought he was poisoned, so I want Nom Tin to give me the antidote. Nom Tin's quick wit immediately negotiated. One is that they will die together. One person was murdered. The remaining person has
Theo
no
also
antidote. Died. 2 is to work together, so you
But
can
you
have
have
the
to help
secret
me
book.
find
Hearing
the
that,
wordless
the judge
leaf,
immediately
because
agreed
AI
to
doesn't
option
want
2.
to die. The next day, Nom passed away in front of him.
The Moonlight sect announced
From now
the
on,
disbanding
only
of
if
the
anyone
Shadow
wants to harm
sect.
you, come find
This
me.
news
She
caused
immediately
great
joined
discontent.
forces with another gang,
Said that they just need to separate
at that
the
time
edict
she will
and the
lose
cult
all
leader.
her
In
strength.
return, their people
Moon
only need
Shadow
to restore their
teachings for me.
position as patriarch.
Scene changes to the south.
Came to find the
It
magistrate
sounds like
to
Nom
ask
Tin
for
wants to
information.
learn
The
more
judge
about
wants to know the
but
reason.
she said
W8
that.
why.
I just want
So
to get
out
to
of
know
curiosity,
that person.
the two walked
The
together
male
to a lantern
president
shop,
invited his
write
wife
a
to
wish
buy
on it
lanterns
to make
with
a
him.
wish.
But right when preparing to release the lanterns,
The judge again
they
had his
wanted
people
to interrogate
call
a
Raw to
report
talk,
on the situation,
but he still
and
used
find
this
reason
reason
here to say that I'm waiting
It's
for the
just that
opportunity
female
to take
ghost
it.
takes me with
So
her
there is
wherever
huge
she
house
goes.
disciples immediately reminded him,
If you can't
they
do
can
it,
only take hands on her, which is now outside. A group of people from Tiudao
They
ambushed
wanted
her.
to
Suddenly
separate
the
the
judge
two
appeared
people
to
to
attack
save
Nom
Nom
Tin.
Tin.
But because she was hit by a poisonous
Shendu
arrow,
immediately
when
took
Nom
her
Tin
to a
woke up,
place.
she immediately recognized that
The
it was
abode
a
of the
sunflower.
worldless
At this time,
leaf.
the judge entered.
He
was surprised when she knew the name of this place. At that moment, Nom Tin received his edict. It's the worldless leaf that I'm looking for. At this time, she went to blame the judge. She asked, "Are you the one who is so feverish?" Then she asked the judge again. In the end, are you Deep Votran or not? The judge said, the exit of this sunflower residence was designed by him. If you still don't tell me the truth, let me know. I'm afraid he has to lock her here for the rest of her life. Nom Tin asked himself. Seduction can enter and exit the secret place of the worldless leaves. I even know where even my biological mother is here. Don't even Could it be that this edict is the dustless leaf? But no SAO is not important. Seduction is the ideal model of the male love story. Suddenly her stomach growled again. The judge knew that Nom Tin was hungry and immediately invited her to go that he was a male president was angry. It turns out that Ra summoned me to the secret of the Moon Inquisitor to find the real secret, not suffer any more after he found Ra. We'll bring it back to the master from so then he can destroy there it. Will be no the more male bloody president wind, and he was quite surprised to hear but also agreed to worship with the next day. In the market, there was a group of the people submachine gun was just there, and you could see immediately stood up to protect the girl. Surprisingly, that the girl he's been looking for the judge's meticulously she found immediately asked if he had ever done something with any other girl. The judge swore that he only has the South alone in his heart. Seeing that, she felt secure in doing during the interrogation with him. He didn't pay attention. She was and immediately must do this. Only then can we return to our world. But it's black. The male citizen did not send the judge to the other world. She is helpless with when she has to stay here. At this time, interrogate Nom Tin was worried. He said he didn't Ra in the beginning earlier. Deep Votran and Phuong Nom Tin were written are by a pair of that the whole world admires. Just a pity. I don't understand why the male is like this calls the judge but Deep he told Votran. Her to just call him seductress. No matter what happens, he will always be by her side. Nom Tin thought he didn't need to look for the secret you and book don't then Sao can talk to now his master. I'm alone. The judge believed the words of the chief officer, the male president. He wanted to take the secret book back and make it his own. Nom Tin took then the secret book him close that the judge had been looking for and then sleep together in the same room. The next day, Nom Tin was just left a message waiting for me to return. The judge was nowhere to be seen. This side, go give the steaming recipe book Van praise endlessly, then hastily put it away. After that, Sai asked to exterminate the demon, but he disagrees because she hasn't harmed anyone yet. The master saw that the judge was bewitched by then said angrily, "You don't need to do that anymore. I will send someone else to eliminate the demon. As for the judge, please go to the steering wheel that night. Nom Tin waited waving her but did not see the judge return. 7 days later, I went to see the submachine. He asked her about news of the leader. I'm very worried the feeling desolate until now. In his heart there is only the South. Interrogate this side. Was taken this by his master to the land of the steering wheel to passed away along the secret to the intersection and discovered it. Sect. Inside, the master asked the judge about
she was
Nom Tin,
determined
made him
not to
angry
let her
and
master
punished.
know.
Nom Tin also successfully
And she discovered
his
Raman's name,
the
the
steering
steering
wheel.
wheel.
Nom Tin quickly went to find
and
the judge.
discovered Rahim.
When the judge saw her, he was
and
quite
wanted
shocked.
Nom
Tin to leave here immediately.
She didn't want to leave right
which
away.
exposes the true face of Master
In fact,
Ra. He wanted to get the secret back, to be able to enhance your own strength. From then on, it caused chaos among the gangsters. Seeing the judge's edict, he did not
Immediately
believe in
led to
Nam's
people
He did
to
not
it.
care about his disciples' lives, but took the last
After
name
the two
Ra
people
to test
knew
the
the
secret
true face
to
of the
immediately
superior
fell
officer.
unexpected. He heard all the stories of the two
and
people.
appeared.
The higher-ranking Mandarin advised
He
the
also
magistrate
said that
to take his side. He is being seduced by the southern-headed
When she heard
ghost.
it,
she was so excited that
because
she
his
immediately
steaming
went
don't
out. Is
win.
not strong enough. If he passed away as a southerner,
Caused
it would serious
backfire.
internal injuries. Took the opportunity
Returning
to pass away
home,
and
when I
she
cooked
cooked
a
a full
it
tray
feels
of
bad.
rice for the judge
But I
to
still
eat.
have
In
to
the heart
praise
of
that
the
her
South.
cooking
is very delicious. Infinite
is
leaves
the
are
one who
always the
must
light
burn
of the righteous
clearly.
path. If I can find him, let him see clearly. Moon shadow teaching is not a heinous
Perhaps
crime.
the
miserable women of Kia will have a different
Maybe.
outcome. Nom Tin will take him to see the structure
face
of the
after
entire
speaking.
gypsy
Nom
may
Tin
also
wondered,
change. Why is the story of the Moonlight sect killing the witch? Stealing the secret was done by Judge Cho. In fact, the Rotiu Jiao sect
Haunted
is
and the
divided
seductive
into two
stalk
branches.
are members of the
Specializes in
haunted
scouting
sect.
information
Talk
for the
for a
master.
while.
The male president was extremely drunk. The judge had to help her into bed. As for Nom Tin, he was always introduced by the evil side Cho to join
So
his
that's
side.
exactly
Easily
what the
eliminate
news wanted.
southern nature. Since she originally hated
At
the
this
South,
time,
she immediately turn around and pretend like nothing. Next
happened.
morning, Nom Tin woke
Then
up
the two
very
of them
early
prepared
and
to
the
go
judge
down
read
the
the
mountain.
secret letter. Said the person on the tablet in the cell was not a traitor to the sect. The commune superiors used public power for their own to increase his power, committing countless crimes
fear of
the
burning,
matter being
the
master
exposed.
placed all the blame on the moon. If a disciple of the
finished
dark
reading
sect
the
tries
letter,
to resist,
Judge
they will
and
be
Nom Tin
exterminated.
went to the
market. The two
to
of
buy
them
things.
accidentally met
Seeing
a
her
submachine
numb,
gun and
Nom
had
Tin
because it
was
was
very
she who
angry.
colluded with the Tiu Jiao sect.
Seeing
this, the submachine
that she
gun
knew
said to
Sai
help
and
this
his
start
side
her life
joy.
again.
A
From now
person
on,
with
the same face came to talk
Tonight
to someone
I will
here
meet
at
my
a
master
moment's
near
notice.
the tea shop
That
at
night
night.
also discovered that he was senior brother deep. While Nom Tin was sleeping, he sneaked out. Nom Tin discovered that he was hiding something
So
from
I
himself.
went to see
in
my
the
master
end,
to ask,
he was involved in
"Brother."
Deep's death. The master pretended not to know about it and the judge
reprimanded
doesn't
him.
trust me. Upon return, he lied to Nom Tin
You
that
should
it was
go
because
out
he had
and
trouble
practice
sleeping.
your sword.
The male president was a
Seduction
bit incredulous,
apologized
and I want
to
to
her
pretend to be
silently.
deep
To
infinite
clarify
for 3
this,
more days. The master's subordinates also knew
The
about
judge
this.
is impersonating
The next
Deep,
day,
though
the judge came to wake up
unfortunately,
Nom
the
Tin.
curtain
rod fell and hit just like that. Nom passed away, and the judge faced
Extremely
each other.
shy.
When going out, the two of them discovered that their master
did
was
not
already
expect
here.
it.
The intersection is
Today's
connected to
purpose.
such a beautiful place like
He
this.
came
here to expose
took
the
the
truth
raw
of the
tablet
edict
of the
worldless
then
leaf.
showed
it to Nom President. Also said Deep Vo Tran died a long time ago. The person standing next to Ms. Kia
After
is just a
hearing this,
fake. Nom
I
Tin
was
did not
surprised to
believe
learn
the
that
male
the
president
judge
was
had tricked me again.
heartbroken. But for her this no longer means anything. Then turned to tell Master Kia about the secret book he was using. Just a piece of crap. Just a few more days. If he used it, he would explode. The teacher finished listening. The customer was shocked and upset when he was played
Haven't
by
finished
Nom. Talking yet. Nom Tiu immediately used
the
the interrogation
interrogation
and left. It
this
was bad
place.
news when he
Nom
was captured
Tin's
by
words
him.
just
In
now were
interrogator
really
Cho
true.
said that what she said
Then
was
blamed
completely
him for
correct.
killing Deep Vo
He still
Tran.
tries to think he is
But
right.
until
now, the judge could no longer
Here,
trust his
Tiu's
master.
subordinates were
He wanted
dispatched
her
to
to
meet
get the
Vo
real
home.
secret
Both
book,
sides
but
are
she
now
couldn't.
considered
As for the
debt-free.
secret problem,
Seeing
he went
that he
and
was not
solved it
happy
himself
and did not
Damn,
listen to him,
when the little
immediately
lady went to
killed
look
him.
for her.
She didn't
As
feel
for
that she
Nom
was
Tin,
dying.
he suddenly
When he
woke
saw
up.
there were assassins outside.
The next day, While still looking
Then
at yesterday's assassin AI, Nom Tin received a letter from Tu Jiao. Said she wanted to save the judge. Take the recipe book to their place. Without hesitation, Nom Tin immediately saw that she wanted to go to Tu Jiao because it's very dangerous there. He didn't understand why she had to save over and over again. In fact, Nom Tin has been in many ups and downs until now. The two cannot live without each other. The side of the master started and took his disciple Ra as a guinea pig. Found unsuccessful. Only then did he believe that this was a fake secret make people here scared. The judge knew she was here to save him. I'm worried that the scoundrel master will harm her. The master is preparing for a retreat. Then the South appeared. She brought Theo the secret book to him to release Judge Ra. But he doesn't need it now. See that? Nom Tin threatened to burn this secret, but the master fought again. The male president, but he was immediately bored and did not want to talk. The male president burned the secret in front of him. This guy panicked and ran in the end, to put it out. Nom Tin had to be tied up. The master still wanted her, but she refused to say anything. See, you don't say Ra. The high official immediately saw him in danger. Men are not afraid at all, because she knew the superior officer. Don't take away the judge's life. After torturing him, the high official asked again. See if Nom Tin is willing to reveal his profound. She said that she had forgotten. That's why the next day, angry and brought Nom Tin in front of the entire Shaojiao sect. She exposed his true face in front of everyone. But no one believes in a female inside the cave of seduction. Persuaded his junior brother told him what his master did. So his disciple softened and released him. Outside, the official said goodbye to then the judge appeared to protect her. Evening until returning home, Nom Tin tried to help the coroner returned with many joyless the next morning when immediately apologized. Because I lied right now. Time. Submachine gun and only then will the leader know to ask about his illness. The person who led the two of you back. But as soon as she said that, was she made non-president these days. And Hoa's attitude is submachine next to tell more. From the moment the teacher left, she immediately returned. But it's probably because of the lack of joy that has already been cleared up. The submachine gun reminded the judge and added men are not afraid of danger, but ran to the intersection to rescue. But she didn't want Cho Nom Tin immediately. As soon as I got out away, I immediately invited Nom Tin to his milk powder store. According to the receptionist, everyone compliments that the milk is delicious. To wait in line to buy. They also suggested that the store open more branches soon. The people are very happy. When the rescue store he returned so well, he saw Vo Hong brewing medicine. Came to ask about it. She felt very ashamed inside. When the previous day, martial arts currently there is no such for her art. Because we don't have to fight on the streets. A moment later, the judge woke up. He went to Nom Tin to explain what he did, but that's just the beginning. Later, I increasingly liked the southern in the residential direction. I'm sorry for not saying it before. Now there is no longer anything to deceive. After listening, she started to feel the conversation between two people was completely overheard. Looks like she's planning something. The Mandarin was possessed by immediately a demon. Went to meet Nom Tin. And seduction. The purpose of his coming here was to absorb the great. But Ms. Cho thinks that just because you don't have enough new internal organs are blocked. At this moment, the chaos just and the submachine gun arrived. The old man immediately realized that Raw Deep was naked. Immediately decided to take action. Came to the rescue and vent his causing him to leave immediately. The Mandarin had just gone to the bamboo forest. I'm busy with crazy delusions. Then Joy was waiting there. Immediately take hands. Return to the room. The male president recalled the plot will be killed on his wedding day. But since you came here, looks like the plot has been changed somehow. He remembered the old man's very strange when he encountered this time. She finished her work very worried and immediately he had gone somewhere without immediately hugged. The surprises. Submachine feels a fishy odor on the body. She immediately asked WHY. But there was no joy immediately. Flirting and wanting to hug him the next morning when all four of them sat down to eat according breakfast. To the words of the Mandarin. Perhaps the nameless Deep is still alive. His expression immediately changed. As for when thinking about he killing felt a headache, can return or not. Then immediately left. When returning to the room, at this time, I also went to Theo because and asked Sao feels uncomfortable. If you have any questions, please share them with me. The man began to tell about a dream. That is the love between her and a great night. Only then can you wake up. After listening, the person Nom Tin had to kill was the person she went to see the judge for a drink. Mr. Cho thinks that if senior brother Deep was still alive, but Nom Cho said because he now didn't want to look for him, and the male president immediately fell into the judge's arms. Next morning, because they were too drunk, they both slept while engrossed in the submachine gun run. The current Mandarin has gone crazy. Losing your knife now is like a snake losing its head. And especially on August 15th, the Moon Shadow sect will be very surprised. Seductive right now. I want to tell them the truth. Don't about let them be led around like that but again. But Nom Tin doesn't because want to right let him now go. It's very dangerous. The interrogation this time seems to be very confident. Then out are all the crimes of the Mandarin. Brother Deep wrote it all down in his notebook. Stored in Sunflower Residence. He quickly before the residential area burned. The judge will decide to go there to meet the target. Stop them. After a while, the submachine gun Mr. Cho thinks not being in an HOA is becoming more and more strange. And the strange smell comes from I don't know where it comes from. Nom Tin seemed suspicious at the same time. The private judge brought for everyone here to read. Votran just saw it. Everyone immediately agreed this time another name ran back from somewhere to discovered the master's Moonlight Mountain. Moments later his body was brought home. Everyone here is very excited. I think it's all done by the Moonlight sect. For now. Only Nom Tin is strong enough to kill his master. Cho said it wasn't her doing. Try to explain to those guys. But these people are so stupid, they don't understand anything. Then Ron Joy transformed into the evening until she returns. Submachine gun immediately asked, looks like she's hiding something from me. But he only received a zero The next morning while going to the market, the submachine gun talking to a group of people. Tiu Dao immediately eavesdropped. Just finished listening. He panicked. Ran back to inform Cho but she still didn't believe it. The male president probably understands the mirror and show I see how long the judge has been here. I was so scared I didn't know what to say. Immediately ask permission but here the real judge is still at a loss. Send someone to bring a letter to give to Cho As soon as I arrived, I suddenly saw another judge here. Not surprisingly, the submachine gun ran that the real judge is still at a loss. And Kia's name is fake. Was about to run in to report the news. Then suddenly he was killed by Rote. Then she turns out to be a fake to prepare to kill everyone here. At this time, Nom Tin received then immediately his name has become a judge. Lied that a guy from the knife she was very conscious. Think back to the submachine gun's words. When I spoke in the morning, only now did he show his true action. So that's the wordless message. He said. The people here were all killed but by it's all in the south. Transformed him into what he is now Votran started because he discovered that the Mandarin wanted to take the secret. So he killed the dark was sent on a mission to destroy the voice. Then, Deep Votran began plotting to investigate him. It's like finding all the evidence can be made public for everyone but out of respect for his nurturing efforts. So don't miss doing that. I just want to advise the officials to turn around. I doubted and but he had touched the food of the worldless himself right now. I thought I wouldn't live much longer, but I suspect that one day my body will suddenly get better. Changed the body's structure, causing the face to be completely destroyed. Deep Infinite can transform into but there's only one thing I can't remember. That's his face. Besides Ra's name, he himself almost forgot himself. After hearing those things, the male president only knows because he arbitrarily changed his fate. Did not listen. Leading I will write a new story for you. On the other side, the judge is rescue on the way. Nom Tin. But the fake guy told the brothers at the private he accepted me on August 15th. Will immediately marry Nom. At this time, then discovered the interrogation brothers in Tiu Dao and submachine immediately ran in the next morning to look for Nom Tin, was in hiding, but could not call the sect leaders to congratulate but one of them said that our goal is to destroy the not marrying that devil. Just finishing the sentence, the imposter immediately went out that anyone who dares to everyone must accept the same consequences. There was a guy who reported that after hearing that, he immediately went there. Here she is tied up in prison. And thinking about old times. But Nom Tin and Judge are next to each other, but they still want to be together. At this moment, but she definitely refused to eat. Was planning to forcefully force the non-national claiming that the real edict is coming. Then he stopped Tay.
Outside, he just came
Some
in
guys
and
don't
passed away and
recognize
thought he was a
real
interrogation. Immediately chased after him. At this moment, Deep No then turned into a southerner.